everybody, it's the Warhipster here, coming at you with another Contrast Plus painting tutorial from the 41st millennium, and we are back with the Leagues of Votann, specifically with the all-new Berehk Stornbröw. Yes, here he is, the all-new Cthonian Beserks character, not calendar. It's been a long day, can you tell? Anyway, a massive thank you goes out to Games Workshop, who sent me this one early, to build up a paint with all of you, and that is exactly what we're going to do, starting right now. So, he's been primed in Grace here, and the colour we're going to be using first is Kroxigor Scales. And we're going to be applying this over top of his trousers. Nice and easy to start things off. Just whilst we wait for all that Kroxigor Scales to dry, what we're going to do next is we're going to take a roughly 4 parts Cygor Brown to 1 part Lamy and medium mix, and we're going to apply this over top of all of Beric's skin. And with that Cygor Brown all applied, we're then going to take some Terradon Turquoise and we're going to apply this over the top of our Kroxigor Scales. And with that all done, we are now once again back to waiting for our pants to dry. So what we're going to do next is we're going to take some Gore-Grunta Fur, and we're going to apply this in 2 coats over the top of all the leather. This is going to be things like the belt strap and these various little pouches and this little bit here. However, we're also going to apply just a single coat of Gore-Grunta Fur over the top of his hair and beard. And so with that now done, including those 2 layers of Gore-Grunta Fur over the top of the leather, what we're going to do next is we're going to take some Black Legion. And there are quite a few Black Legion details over the top of Beric, not least including his boots, his sort of power cables on his trousers, as well as the knee pads and hip pads and stuff like that. Got all of his power cables, casing of the pickaxe, the hair of the orc, this is rather a lot. So with that all done, the next colour we're going to use is some Gutrippa Flesh, and we're going to use this over the top of the orc. And with that Gutrippa Flesh applied, we're then going to take some Coelia Greenshade and we're going to apply this over top of the codpiece, just in here. And we're going to be applying this over top of the sort of armoured top shield of the back assembly and the belt. Next up, we're going to take some Flesh Tearers Red, and we're going to apply this over top of the grips of both the weapons, and we're going to apply this over top of the viscera inside the Orc's neck. So with that now done, what we're going to do is we're going to take some Guilliman Flesh, and we're going to apply this inside the Orc's mouth, and we're going to apply it over the top of his bottom lip, and we're going to apply it around where his head has been liberated from the rest of his body. And with that all done, we're then going to shade the green with some Biel-Tan Green. With that all done, we then want to take some Skeleton Horde. And we're going to apply this over top of the little teeth trophies just down here, and of course the spine of the Orc. And with that Orc head now fully base coated and shaded, what we're going to do is we're going to take two colours, Imperial Fist and Gryph-Hound Orange. I'm going to use these on the blade. So what we're going to do is start with Imperial Fist, and we're just going to get this over the top of the entire thing. Like that sort of thing. Then we're going to wash the brush, grab some Gryph-Hound Orange, and then towards the tip of the blade, we're going to apply this Gryph-Hound Orange, like so. And towards the base of the blade as well, like that. I'm going to wash the brush, hop back to some Imperial Fist, and then we're going to use this to just smooth out the transitions. Just like that. So with that all done, it's now time to take some thinned down Iron Warriors. I'm going to be applying this over the vast majority of the remaining details, such as these parts on the hammer / pick. We've got the sort of power sockets and openings on the body of Beric himself. Got his hands, a little carabiner, and things like that. Now there is going to be some gold details added later, so well, next. So it doesn't matter too much if you get this over the top of some of them. For example, that little rune just there. That's going to be gold. We're just going to cover it in the silver for now. So with that all done, it is now time to take some thinned down Retributor Armour. And we're going to apply this over top of all of our gold details. And as always, best just to have the box art open in front of you to see where these all are. So with that all done, it's time to add some shades. And the first of these is going to be some Nuln Oil. And we're going to apply this over the top of the hard black details and the silver. And with all of that Nuln Oil applied, we're then going to take some Reikland Fleshshade. I'm going to apply this over top of the gold. So with that all done, he is now what I would call a Warhipster battle ready, so it's time to take him to the next level. I'm going to do this by adding some layers and some highlights. Now, the first of these is going to be a layer, and it's going to be some thinned down Lupercal Green. We'll thin it down just a little bit more than we would normally, sort of 3 or 4 parts water to make it almost a glaze consistency. I'm going to use this just to add a little bit of extra sort of colour, or rather depth, to the trousers. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Sunz of Horus green, and we're going to use this to highlight the trousers. So with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Skarsnik Green, and we're going to use this to relayer the orc's face. And with that all done, we then take some Terradon Turquoise, and we apply this over top of the eyes of the orc and over the top of like the kind of bottom eyelid. And so with that all done, we're then going to take some thinned down Deepkin Flesh. I'm going to use this to do 3 things. The first of which is to fully relayer our Coelia Greenshade areas. This is the cob piece and the belt and the top shield of the back assembly. So this sort of thing. But the other 2 things we're going to do with it are to spot highlight the trousers. Just really tiny little highlights here and there, just on the sharpest corners. And the same thing goes for the orc's green flesh. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to take a teensy tiny bit of Evil Sunz Scarlet. I'm going to use this over the top of the eyeballs of the orc. Speaking of eyeballs, we're going to take a little bit of Black Legion and we're going to apply this over the top of Beric's one working eye. And with that Black Legion all applied, we then want to take a teensy tiny little dot of Screaming Skull. We're going to apply this in the corners of his eye. Just like that sort of thing, but we're also going to use the Screaming Skull to highlight the orc's teeth and spine, and those little trophies on Beric's belt. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Deathclaw Brown, and we're going to use this to highlight Beric's hair and beard slash mutton chops. And with that hair and beard all highlighted, what we're now going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Knight-Questor Flesh. I'm going to use this to effectively just pick out all of his knobbly bobblies. So with that all done, we're now going to take some thinned down Russ Grey. And we're going to use this to highlight the black details, excluding the orc's hair and the power cables on his back. So with that all done, we're then going to take some Dawnstone and we're going to dry brush the hair of the orc and those power cables. So with that all done, it's now time to take a little bit of Casandora Yellow. And we're going to apply this over top of the blade. And with that Casandora Yellow applied, we want to take just a little bit of a roughly 2 parts Lamia medium to 1 part Blood Angels red mix, and we just want to apply this towards the end of the blade, like that, and then wash the brush, touch off the water, and then just blend it once again like so. And with that all done, we then want to take a little bit of Flash Kit's Yellow, and we're going to use this to highlight the edges of that blade. And then next up, what we're going to do is we're going to take some thinned down Iron Breaker. I'm going to use this to highlight all the silver. And with that silver all highlighted, it's now time for some Liberator Gold over the top of all the gold. And with that all done, we then want to take a little bit of Blood Angel's Red. I'm going to apply this over top of his eye lens. And to finish him off, we're going to take some blood for the Blood God. And we're going to apply this over top of the wounds. And there we have it, with the base complete in the same style as Berehk. Well, generally all of our Leagues of Votann videos that we've done. Our Berehk Stornbröw is now finished, and well, it's been a long time coming, a proper Beserks character, and I think he's really fantastic. He's very, 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 very cool, very, very fun, and surprisingly more detailed than he initially looks, which is cool. If you enjoyed this video, you love the channel, and you'd like to support me further, you absolutely can do so by heading to patreon.com/Warhipster, just like all of these wonderful, amazing people have done. And alternatively, you could become a YouTube channel member by clicking on the join button below, exactly like these fabulous folks have done, scrolling up on the screen before you. There are so many of you out there that it really takes my breath away, and I cannot thank you enough for everything you do, as without you I wouldn't be able to keep making these Contrast Plus videos. And if you really like this video and you want to send me a little thanks, just click on the thanks button just below this video. Don't forget to share it, like it, comment on it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and to make sure you stay up to date, don't forget to click the bell icon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon in the next one. Happy wargaming.